Good morning, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Wednesday morning, June 22nd. And we're looking at Window Trader's market profile of SPY, IWM, and Triple Qs. Back from a quick whirlwind tour of driving up to New Jersey for 12 hours and then flying home late last night. So, kind of leaving off, basically, where I left last week as we're looking to close the gap that we had yesterday. So we gapped high yesterday, and now we're attempting to close that gap, what a gap this morning to the downside as we're trading right above Friday's high. Clear as day P shape yesterday. We had a afternoon pullback low in F, which is totally being disregarded. We did have a 9 wide POC, which is now an upside destination. I'm not sure where we closed, if it was up or down, but it's certainly an upside destination right now. Now, yesterday, Russell had gapped higher, but filled it during the day. Okay, Triple Q's gapped higher, didn't fill it. They're looking to fill their gap. So we're all looking to have downside gaps possibly, and fill the gap from yesterday morning. Now, this would be an island gap if we have it. Not an island top, right? Big difference. Island top is when you leave the all-time high by itself. But this would be an island gap where we gapped higher yesterday, gap lower today, and you're leaving this all alone as an island. But it's certainly not an island top, okay? Yesterday's volume was not that heavy for that move. Again, only some 76 million shares. Overnight high right now is 375.30. Overnight low is 367.61. Now, you'll see on the charts, all we did yesterday is put the daily back into balance, even with that gap, and it's still in balance. It's going to be a 4-day balance. We'll look at that in a moment. As far as the game plan this morning, well, yesterday's low was 371.81. So we're looking at a gap now of over $2 and possibly filling this gap. If we fill the gap from yesterday, again, there's nothing until the 9 wide, all the way down to 365.78. Okay, you'd have your overnight low first of 367.61, and then nothing to the overnight, the wide POC. You would have lower value to start the day, obviously. Can you take a long against the 17th high? You can. Any acceptance back into K's range, though, I would be out of that trade. Okay, you're going to have lower value to start. And then again, there's nothing into the overnight low, and then the POC from the 17th. So I don't know how long-lived I would keep along. Now, as far as the short, the bigger the gap, again, people will be screaming gap rules apply. The bigger the gap, the more I'll wait. That gap's going to hold. If it rallies, we get an inventory adjustment, I'll take a short against the gap. If the gap gets filled, again, look at this, nothing inside until basically you could use yesterday's value low. I'll put these in ones later. Yesterday's value low and F's low, which was an afternoon pullback, they're kind of close together where you could take a short against that to see if we get rejected out of yesterday's value. If you don't get rejected and you get back into it, well, guess what? You're going to go trade up to the 9 wide point of control. So the bigger the gap, the less likely I take a short right away. I'd take one the first time against the gap. If the gap fills, I'm out, and then I'd probably reassess and maybe take one more short against value low and F's low from yesterday. Again, all early plays. And then on the chart, so I'll just show you, right, the monthly and weekly are down. Now, markets don't go bull bear. You hear me say this a million times, but it's important. Coming into yesterday, the market was down. The daily was down. We had a 3-day balance. Went back right here. So let's start up here. 8-day balance. Bear. Went bear. 1, 2, 3, 4 days. Came into balance. 3-day balance. Came back out of balance to bear. 1, 2 days. And then yesterday, all you did is come back into balance. So now with this gap lower, I would encompass these 3 days and today's action as a 4-day balance. Thanks for the likes and subscribing. Good luck trading today, and we'll recap at 4 p.m.